Hi, this is Sarah Cohen, and I teach 8th grade English at the Bush School, and this is Two Truths and a Lie. Some friends of mine asked if I would like to go to a party out in a farmhouse in Michigan, and I thought, yeah, of course, sounds fun. And so we headed out to this party, and it turns out that the farmhouse was owned by a woman named Darcy, who's actually the bassist for a band named the Smashing Pumpkins. And I really love the Smashing Pumpkins. They were there. To make matters even more fun, it was a Halloween party, and we ended up doing a bunch of Halloween things and baking a bunch of pumpkin pies that eventually headed out to a food bank and watching The X-Files. Doing a bunch of Halloween things and baking a bunch of pumpkin pies that eventually headed out to a food bank and watching The X-Files. Okay, story number 2. My junior year of college, I did a study abroad semester in Quito, Ecuador, and I was really excited because it was my first day interning with a guitar and cuatro maker in Quito, Ecuador, on the other side of the city from where I was living with my host family. And my host mom thought it was going to be a good idea to make like a 3-layer cake to bring to him on my first day of work. So I had my cake and I got on the bus to go across town, and I guess I should have known this, but there was transportation riots, and our bus got stopped and was stopped for a long time, and then all of a sudden the bus started kind of like being rocked back and forth by people inside, I thought, and then I realized there was actually people outside. So anyway, we got kind of like all tossed around. My cake got totally smushed on me, smushed in general, but I still made it to the guitar workshop, and I still brought my smushed cake. Rural area in Bridgeton, Maine, and big farmhouse, and big groups came and did environmental things there. And one weekend, this was not a smart idea, but one weekend, my buddies who I taught with went somewhere I didn't end up going, and I decided to go do a hike into the woods to find this porcupine den. And a friend of mine left me like a map, but it was actually just written on a paper towel. Again, like not smart, number 2. And so I headed out and like hiked sort of like half a day to find it, and I just got terribly lost. So I just kept hiking and hiking, thinking I was on the right track, and eventually it came to be nighttime, and I started getting really freaked out, and ended up having to spend the entire night hanging out in just like thousands of acres of Maine woods. Woke up the next day. This was not smart. I should have just stayed in place, but I thought I heard like some water running. And so the next day I walked out to find some water running and followed that stream. Took like the better part of the day. And eventually I found a road, and I was like walking on that road for a while, and I was really freaked out. And I obviously didn't have a cell phone. And along comes a truck of people, and I was like, oh yay, I'm saved. And then I realized they are moose poachers, and their truck was absolutely full of moose legs, but I didn't really have a choice, and I got a ride back into town, and then from town I figured out a way back to the farmhouse. Not smart choices, but that's my third story. All right, those are my stories. 2 are true, 1's a lie. You guys decide.